And
Recording is on.
There we go. Perfect. Have some water. And let's get into this. Okay. He's talking. She's like, okay. Okay, so she was born and raised in the Northeast, but was her family not from there?
No, I don't think so. I don't know the exact story.
Okay, it's okay, because I'm talking to her, and I made a comment on her accent because I'm obviously from Texas. And she was like, well, I was born and raised here, but my family was. So, okay. So I'm going to start off very top note with her because she's a stranger to me, but not to you. So she's talking through me.
Right.
And so I start off with like, who are you, blah, 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 blah. And then we get deeper, and then we go out just because that's what you do. It's common courtesy. She's very concerned. I think that may just be a doting grandmother thing, though. She's very concerned with how much you work.
Well,
works too hard.
I took my first day off Saturday in 4 months.
Good job. She's like, do you see he works too hard? Do you see him? I'm like, okay. It's like he just plows through it like nothing matters. It's very interesting because with you, it's very mechanical with work. It's just, there's nothing like I shouldn't do it. It's like, get up, we got it. Like, it's like the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. It's like, this is just the shit we do. Hang on. Okay. He says having that baby was the best day of his life. You should have seen him. Okay. So you were back at work right away, though. Hang on.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I get feminine, but she's talking about a son. I'm getting feminine, but she's talking about a son.
I mean, my brother just had a baby like 2 weeks ago.
Do you have a girl?
Yeah, I have a girl, yeah. And then I have my stepson.
And then he had a son, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm like, we're talking about babies. And I'm like, I'm getting feminine, but we're talking about a son. I'm like, okay. Cool. She says it's like y'all always had a battle between each other. Was that a thing?
What was that?
It was like, she says it was like y'all had a battle between each other, or like a step up between each other. Was that a thing? Or like a competition?
Between me and who? Sorry, you broke up for a second.
Oh, it's okay. You and your brother?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
All the time. Okay. She's talking about one does this, one does this. Da 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 da. She shows me like one stepping up the other one. Hang on. Okay, so she's saying, tell him sorry I missed him. Okay, so you not there when she passed?
I was there, not when she actually passed, like she stopped breathing, but I was there and visited a lot.
Yeah.
And it was like, she literally like driving, and I was like, oh, I like want to start spending more time over there. And then next thing I know, she was in the hospital, and I never got that like last bit of time to like that I kept telling myself, and then I just was working so much, and I just never made the time to go over.
That's okay. That's why she says, tell him I'm sorry I missed him, like to you.
Yeah.
I missed you. It's very, I don't want you to think, and I say this with a lot of my people, I don't want you to think that the moment of death is such a big thing for them. Like it's a send off, yes. Kind of like you say, have a good honeymoon,
Yeah.
But it's not as hardcore as what we think here. It's not. Hang on. She's like, anything I needed, he'd do for me. Anything I needed, he'd do for me. He did for me. Hold on. When mom was gone. Okay, would she watch you when mom was gone?
Yeah, my mom was a nurse, and my grandmother was retired, and we grew up over there.
Okay, because he's talking about, she's like, oh, I would powder his bottom, and like I would always watch him. He's always. I'm like, okay, good. This is very great. I love this. This is so grandma vibes. Hang on. So she's talking to tell your wife. I'm going to call it wife because that's where we're going to be at. But she's talking about how she needs to feed you more. She's like, doesn't make what he likes. She doesn't make what he likes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the food's fine. I mean, I'm not complaining. I get dinner every night.
I know. I think that's from like just a loving standpoint, though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very loving. Hang on. Let me see. What are we talking? Oh, I'm getting hot. Hang on. Woo! Which is good. This is part of it. Hold on. Okay. So she's talking about, did you dress up really nice for her service?
Yeah, I put on a 2-piece suit. Yeah.
He's like, you should have seen him. He looks so nice. He looks so nice. I'm like, okay, good. She's like, tell him to forget all the regrets. Tell him to just forget all the regrets. It doesn't mean anything. Hang on. See, now she's talking about you. She's talking about, oh my God, you can show if you want to. She's talking about, okay, were you kind of, I wouldn't say ladies man. She's talking about being like a player, because she's like girlfriend after girlfriend, or like ones that you like about the dot, like you should have seen it. You should have seen this. You should have seen this. Hang on.
I mean, kind of, but I was like scared. I was like never with a girl for a long time until like after I get sober. When I get sober, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because she's talking about she's commenting on how handsome she thinks you are, and she's like, oh, you should have seen him. You should have seen this. You should have seen this. I'm like, okay. And she's also saying we had a hard time with him though. He wouldn't listen to anybody.
No.
He wouldn't listen to anybody.
No one.
She's like, she would listen to me sometime, but it would just be like, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was addicted to heroin for a while, no matter what anybody told me or anything.
Okay, I get it. Yeah. Makes sense. Okay. Because the way she puts you in that, because she makes me feel and says it, but then she puts me in your head and she makes you feel very dizzy and slow. So it's like the world just like coasts by, but it's very disorienting at the same time. So different drugs, when I channel people to talk about, I mean, even if it's like people that pass of like ODs and stuff, they all feel very different. And so, okay, interesting. Sorry, I could explain that all day too. Hang on.
No, that's fine.
Get off in a tangent. We don't need to go there. Hang on. Ugh. Okay. Okay, so she says, he stole from me, but it's okay. I let him. Is that a thing?
There was one time I was sick when I was addicted to heroin. I stole money from her, but I put it back in her purse because I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Okay. Because she was like, it's okay. He stole from me, but I let him. Like, she knew. She's like, it's fine. I let him. And like, which is okay. It's not like there's any anger against it. Hang on.
Okay.
They just call you on your shit. That's all they do. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if she's talking about we're all so proud of him now. We're all so proud of him. It's like there's people behind us. But hang on. Great aunt. Is there a great aunt that passed as well?
Not that Not one I knew.
Doesn't mean you have to know them. She's just talking about this great aunt that's here with her. I'm like, okay, hang on. I think that's from the other side, though. Because there are two different types of like people, correct? Like one is like one group and the other one is like a different nationality. They're both white, but like, hang on. Didn't really want to get close to your father. Is that a thing?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I mean, for a while I didn't want to.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, my dad's family is very different from my mom's.
Okay, cool, perfect. Because she's showing me these two. I just see different types of facial features, and they're very opposite, but they're the same color. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One's more light, one's more this, one is more like darker features, but still light. Hang on.
Yeah, mom's side is more English, like darker hair, darker eyebrows, and dad's side's like red and Irish.
Ah, okay, cool. Perfect. Okay. Did you, I don't know if you physically said it, I hear you talking about it, but did you write a note or a letter to her and did you say it out loud or did you do that at the funeral? Because she's talking, making me feel a piece of paper, there's writing on it, and we audibly say it, but I don't know where that happened.
Writing something to her. Not that I can remember. My mom asked me if I wanted to say something at the funeral, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Okay. She was talking about, she shows me like having it in your hands and it's crumpled up. And remember, she's never been channeled before. So sometimes crumpled up means like I didn't get to do it and I threw it away. But also crumpled up can mean I kept it in my hand and it was super sweaty. So I don't know what that means. Hold on. She's talking about your wife. Can I call your wife? Is that okay? We're just going to call her.
That's fine. Yeah.
That's exactly what it feels like. Okay. So don't get too frustrated with her. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
I try my best.
I know. She's a little quick for you and like puts you off guard. It's fine. She loves you to death. Hang on. Frustrates the piss out of you, but it totally works out. Hang on.
Yeah.
You're very logical and she's very blah, 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 but very logical about her 9 different directions, which drives you fucking crazy.
Absolutely crazy because none of them finish.
No. But I mean, honestly, if you had somebody that was the exact same as you, it would be very boring.
It would, yeah.
Very boring, okay?
Yeah.
She's talking about how, okay, did she have a cute little figure?
A cute figure?
Yeah, she's talking about the cute figure on her. I don't know why. They normally don't bring anything like that up. She's like,
Melissa has a mermaid on her arm.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, you don't have any tattoos yet?
No.
Okay. Because I'm like, does he have a tattoo of you? She's like, no, and she shows me nothing. And I'm like, okay, cool. Hang on. I'm like, why not? And she's like, he just doesn't have any time for it. He doesn't really know. So it's like, hang on. He's talking about telling your mom to not be too harsh on you. She loves you. I don't know if that's a thing or if that's just a grandma thing. Hang on. She's talking about, I guess, specifically in addiction, because she's talking about how I knew he would be okay. I knew he would come home. I knew he would turn around. There was a point with all this where like nobody could find you for a little bit, and it was just like, oh, you'd show up, correct?
Yeah, kinda. I was homeless for a little while.
Okay. He's talking about like, okay. It's not like you're sleeping in a house on a corner with a fire in an abandoned house. Not like that. But she's talking about, I'd show up. He'd be, hold on.
Sometimes I would come, sometimes it wouldn't.
Yeah, that's okay. Hang on. I like how, well, I'm getting into the relationship because she's always like, remember I talked about you and your brother always having to step up from each other?
Yeah.
She's talking to me about the relationships and the differences between both of y'all. Hang on. It's very interesting. Because she's showing me from the outside with your brother that things feel very good and fine and like stable and good, but it's like boring but tumultuous. And with y'all, I mean, you two can go and like throw shoes and plates at each other, but you still love each other and hang in there. And it's almost like your relationship is more stable of a foundation than the other, even though the other feels like it is. I don't know. That's the best way I can describe it.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, my brother and them, it's just very, very, very different. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're more like strict, like college, military, like strict, and yeah, it's a very different.
Yeah, it's almost like the way it makes me feel with their relationship. It's like Stepford Wives, kind of on that side. Like everything is very like on the outside, but on the inside there's not that stable column. But with y'all, there's a stable column, but shit flies on the outside. So I would rather have yours, honestly, than the other. Okay. You're going to be trying for a son in the next 2 years. I don't know if you'll be trying, but she's talking about it because there's definitely in of it.
I don't know.
It's not up to me. It's not up to you. It's just life. Just please, I will be here for the next 30 years. So just let me know because she's talking about it. Hold on. She says he just needs somebody that he can play baseball with.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is hilarious. I love this. Hang on. Oh my god. Okay, now we're getting near mother. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. So with I don't want to use the word estranged. Is mom there but further away? Because it feels like she dips in like quickly and exits quickly.
Yeah, and she's been like mentally, she's like slowly killing herself. She got COPD 16 years ago and continues to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
And so she's like, comes in and hangs out, but like doesn't. Yeah, and then she like blames it on us for not calling her, but then she doesn't call either.
Yeah.
And then comes in for a while and then talks all the time. But so yeah.
Yeah, she feels almost like I'm not saying she is bipolar, but that's the behavior type is like in very excited, very there, and then gone, like a fart in the wind, right?
Yeah.
It's like she's always giving her opinions. She's always giving her opinions about everything. But they're not constructive. Hang on.
Yes, all the time.
Not constructive. Not constructive. Not. Okay. She says you want to build a better relationship with her, but you just can't. You can't.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
It's okay. That's how it's gonna be. Hang on. Okay. I'd be very interested to read her in a few years. Okay, let me get into that. Hang on. Sorry, let me zone back out. I mean, you have a while with her. You have about 8 years. But then the last 2 years are going to be really hard. Like on and off again, like hospital, not hospital. Like it feels like it's going to go into like hospital, hospice, this whole thing, like a long drawn out period with her.
Yeah.
And that's when you're really going to be a part of it. And it's going to put a lot of stress on you and your family. Okay.
Okay.
So, but there's not really going to be any healing time until that point, but there's not going to be a whole lot of verbal healing time. It's just going to be the presence and being there. Okay, so is your brother going to be, because he's talking about him being far away at that point and he doesn't come a whole, okay, so he is military?
Yes. But I think he just got out though.
Okay, is he moving far away from y'all?
He wasn't talking about it. I mean, he's talked about like getting maybe like New Hampshire, if anything, maybe, but.
Because he's talking about 2 states away, and I don't know where that is from where you're at. Hang on. Hold on. Because whatever it is, it's not enough. I'm asking him like towards the end and where it is. It's like you're there consistently back and forth, but it's like he could only fly in or come in like every 2 weeks, which means that that's more of a time than we can drive. Like that's more than like 4 hours. Hang on. Okay, I don't want to predict that relationship. We're going to push that away. Hang on. Yeah, and you be kosher in this relationship right now. Okay? You got me? Cool.
I'm trying.
Okay, I know. Just letting you know. I mean, I'm the person that's like, do whatever you want to do, be free. But like, there's that wondering that could be there. Just don't, because you have a good thing going right now. And don't fall into the whole trap of like, oh, it's being chaotic, because I know you're a person like stability and there, and you need that and you have it. But it's like, just rethink. Okay?
Okay.
Rethink. Okay. Because you're a really good guy. You're a really good guy. Let me get into her. Hang on. Have you not gone out to see her in a long time?
Yeah, because she's working at the hospital. She got COVID, and I have the new baby, so I've like stopped by here and there, just like outside saying hi to her.
Okay. She's like, it's so funny with her. She's like, tell him I love him. Tell him I love him so much. Tell him I love him so much. So much. I'm like, okay, I will. I'm doing it. Don't worry about it. Hang on. I want you to really watch your child as she grows, because it's going to be interesting as she gets to be like 1 and 2, and she starts looking off in different parts of the room and starts to like talk like ba 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 ba, like that type of thing. And she's talking about.
She's already been doing it.
Really?
Yes. She'll sit there and look over your shoulder and just start like talking. Yeah.
That's what she's showing me. She's showing me that, and she's like
that it is her.
Uh-huh.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, it is her. It is her. So I would say even like, I mean, recognize it, because I have to tell you, when we go to that place, okay, we'll get to that in just a second. That's a whole nother thing. When you get to that place that is more real than reality itself, have you had, so she shows me like you've had the dream. Okay, you've had the dream of her already?
Maybe I don't remember my dreams though.
Because she's talking about. So usually, they don't show me this. It's when they come to you. It's either in a random spot, like a parking lot. I had a dream with my dad at a mall in Florida. I've never been to fucking Florida. Like it was in the 1980s, and we had this whole conversation. So she's talking about talking to you in a white room, and you being so much taller than her, and coming up and like grabbing your face and telling you that like she's proud of you. It's this whole thing. I don't know if you're going to have this tonight. I don't know if you've had it before, but I know it's going to be something very specific, but you will remember it. And I know that sounds very broad, and I don't like to be broad, but the way they're putting it at me is like, this is going to be a thing, but you're going to wake up and you're going to cry from it. And I just want you to be emotionally available for that. Okay? Okay. Okay. Hold on. She's talking about she didn't suffer a whole lot. She's talking about being uncomfortable, but she didn't suffer a whole lot. Being very uncomfortable. She says, I just slipped in. It just slipped in, which is good. Which is good. That's what we needed to do. So yeah. So in closing, I could read you for a long time. Y'all are great. It'd be interesting to read both y'all. Anyways, so but with all this, what I want you to do right now before you go out there, I tell this to all my clients. I want you to take 5 minutes. For you, 5 minutes. Usually I say 10. For you, 5 minutes though. I want you to take 5 minutes and have a decompression. Okay. Or a good cry. That's what I usually say. But it's just going to be like a holy shit, man. Okay. So if you could do that. Another thing is, I don't know why she's mentioning the white room dream, which means either that feels like that could definitely be a possibility in like the next 2 days because the channel is open. Okay. I don't want you to want to have it. I want you to be open to have it. Okay. Because when you want to have it, that means you have the feeling of lacking it already. But when you're just open to it, like, oh, it'd be great if this happened. That's open availability. And it's all in frequencies, feelings, and energy at the end of the day. That's it.
Okay.
Super simple. But yeah, take a moment to decompress. Just breathe and enjoy it if it will happen. You may be more tired tonight and more emotional tonight and tomorrow than normal. That's normal as well. Okay. If you feel like you need to grab your face and pull it down and have a breather, that's normal. That'll slowly go away too. And then if you have any questions or if you need me or whatever you need, just email me or hit me up on my website. I'm always there.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Take 5 minutes and yeah, if you need me, let me know. Okay, man.
All right. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Love y'all.
Thank you. Love you guys too.